instead of looking at their mindset and investigating that as the reason why they're repeatedly taking the bar exam. A lot of bar takers that I speak with continue to struggle along the bar repeat path and spend 27, 57, 297 on various supplements and material over the years. Have you ever heard the phrase penny wise but pound foolish? When I speak with these bar takers, I come down to three culprits that you need to know about, watch out for, and overcome so that you're not penny wise but pound foolish when it comes to obtaining your law license and finally being able to make a lawyer's salary. Have you ever suspected that you have done something along those lines when it comes to your law school and bar exam journey? Perhaps a time where an investment would have been pretty big for you in the moment, but would have paid off long term, much like your investment of going into law school. See, a lot of people don't consider the fact that for every administration that passes by that you haven't passed the bar exam, you're losing the equivalent of $10, $20, $30,000 of salary that you could have been making as a licensed attorney. And when you weigh the lost income against maybe $1,000 or $2,000 that you refuse to shell out today, the math doesn't work. But I know what it's like to be in the current position and see yourself basically hemmed in and unable to reach for that greater investment. So I am going to tell you, one, how you can start to move past that limitation and how you can get started with your mindset work even today where you are right now, no matter what your financial circumstance may be. Number one, the number one reason why people find it hard to make a reach and invest in certain things is because it's not lining up with their personal drivers or motivators. It's affecting your bar prep, but it's also affecting your life overall, and it will affect your attorney life. So you may as well deal with it now. I, for example, have had this one thing that needed to be fixed on my car. I'm not a car person. I could care less about cosmetic things. I priced it out. I knew exactly what it would require. And I noticed that months had gone by and I still hadn't done anything about it. But I realized it's not because I don't want to or don't have the money. I spent many times that amount on personal development, personal coaching, personal books, self-help books, growth-minded things. I said, clearly, my drivers, my priorities lie in personal growth and development. Makes complete sense. And so many times when we find ourselves not making an investment for something that we know could be useful, would pay off, the cost of not doing it is not quite apparent to us, kind of like us buying a $27 supplement instead of investing in a $2,000 mindset program that would finally get us past the bar exam. Sometimes we're not counting the cost of losing that 30,000 or 20,000 raise that you would have experienced and losing that money year after year versus not paying $2,000 today, right? Save 2,000 to lose 20,000, right? So sometimes we're not counting the cost, but other times it truly is that there is a mismatch between this thing that's presented to you as a solution and your own personal motivators. So if you are finding that it's just not something that I value, be conscious and mindful of that. Take it to heart. You'll also want to apply that same evaluation to your law career. Is it falling in line with what you value still, or have things changed and do you need to rework that? Now, if you find yourself in a position where you need to rework what the legal career means for you, because things have changed since you first started out, I have a workshop below. It's called Bar Motivation, and it will help you to reevaluate and rework things so that, let's say you still do want to go for law, it's just that your deepest burning passion for it has faded or changed. It will help you to reignite your passion, channel it through different avenues so you receive the same end goal. You cash in on all that work that you put in. The next reason why people may not be moving forward on something that could be a resolution to their problems, but they're just not going for it, is because they don't feel like they deserve it. They may not feel like they deserve to spend that money on themselves. They may not feel like they deserve to receive that kind of attention and support. They may not feel like they deserve to pass the bar. They may actually be unconsciously punishing themselves and they don't even realize it. This stems back to honestly childhood or maybe a marriage, some arena where somebody had deep access to your heart and was able to send messages. And maybe they weren't intentional messages, but you interpreted their actions in a certain way and took their actions or words or lack of presence to mean that you weren't worth it. Worthiness will also affect what jobs that you apply for, whether you negotiate for salaries, whether you deal with toxic work environments or managers, employers, and whether you end up like many lawyers, stroking out, heart attack, or self-medicating on things that aren't legal because you're so miserable, because you don't feel like you're worth the effort, the discomfort of moving up for something better. This worthiness thing will affect you everywhere. So if you suspect that it might be having an impact on the decisions you're making today with regards to your bar prep, I highly recommend you get started with shifting and reshaping that now. I have just a tip that can start you on shifting your worthiness. It's very simple and easy. A lot of people take it for granted. Some people may find it difficult to do it, but it does help build your worthiness starting from today. Grab your phone and create a notepad called wins list. And every day for the next 30 days, pick out 3 to 4 ways that you're winning today. It could be that for you, just the act of getting the dishes cleared out of the sink is a huge task, considering you're juggling work, you're juggling studying, you may also be juggling a child, you may be juggling depression or anxiety. So clearing the sink is actually a big deal. That goes on your wins list. You get to congratulate yourself for every little thing that you do. You went for that walk today because you know getting sun on your skin helps to lift your spirits, moving your body, helps your body to feel healthier. It's a loving act of self-care. And you got that 20-minute walk in. That goes on your wins list. You studied today. Yay! That goes on your wins list. Find the things that people gloss over and well, you're supposed to do that anyway. Find them and plug them into that list and congratulate yourself for it. And you're going to find, even as you do that wins list initially, your mood starts to lift. Do it every day for 30 days, and you're going to start to see yourself in a very different way. If you want more guidance and tips like this so that you can change from the inside out and pass this bar exam, find me using the link in the description box below. You can set up a quick consultation with me. We can assess where you are in your bar exam journey and what your next steps may be. See you in the next video.